Hello, everyone. We'll give people another second or two to join. Hello, everyone. My name is Moshe Nave, and I'm an SAP Community Advocate. Welcome to today's SAP Community Call, live chat about cloud integration capability of SAP Integration Suite. Allow me to hand it over to Raghu, Product Manager for SAP Integration Suite.
Yeah, thank you, Moshe. Thanks for setting up the stage. Very warm. We will start now. A very warm welcome to everyone for this first Connect with Expert series on cloud integration, which is a capability of SAP Integration Suite. And in this call, we will spend some time on the presentation, which we will present about the new features and all. And later on, we will reserve time for the queries, your queries, and we would like to say that your query should be it's better as should be generic on cloud integration itself. And if you have a queries, you are thinking of asking queries on migration topic, which is PIPO, we will be going to organize one more call on that. So with this, today we have experts, Sunny Kapoor, product manager in SAP Integration Suite, and Gautam Krishna, so product manager in SAP Integration Suite. So with this introduction, I will hand it over to Gautam Krishna. Gautam, take it.
Thank you, Raghu. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Very warm welcome from my end as well to this community call. Hope we're going to have a very engaging session today. And today, as Raghu mentioned, we'll focus on the cloud integration capability of Integration Suite. So it would be good if our questions are focused on that. Standard disclaimers as usual, but what I will start with is with an introduction to Integration Suite. And we also have a new design, new user experience that we will talk about in a little bit. And then I'll hand it over to Sunny, who will share the recent innovations. During this time, you can think about certain questions and put it in the questions panel so that we can take it in the Q&A section. We'll try to keep we'll try to answer as many questions as possible and try to keep our introduction crisp. So please contribute to their active questions. So what is Integration Suite, right? So if you've been with SAP for a long time, you might have seen a few standalone services like CPI or cloud integration, API management, and so on. With Integration Suite, what we offer is a complete suite, an enterprise-grade integration platform as a service, an iPaaS, that offers all the different capabilities that you need or that you expect in a modern-day integration platform. So what I mean by that is integration is much more than connecting two systems, doing some transformation and so on, right? Because in today's world, we talk about digital transformation, we talk about event-driven architectures. So there are a lot of paradigms, there's a lot of modernization happening, and because of the recent change that we all underwent, right, with the COVID pandemic and so on, digitization is more of a necessity rather than something that is good to have. Innovation, the pace of innovation has also picked up, and you need an iPaaS that can support all these things, right? So with Integration Suite, that is our objective, to offer you a comprehensive feature set and a comprehensive set of tools that will enable you to do whatever you need to modernize your business and solve your customers' problems. The core capabilities of Integration Suite, they include cloud integration, which you might also be familiar with as CPI or Cloud Platform Integration in its former name. But it's much more better. It contains a lot more features, a lot more connectivity options, mediation steps, and so on. That is called cloud integration in Integration Suite. The next capability is API management. So as you know, in the cloud, APIs are the best way to expose data and to work with your business partners and your internal ecosystem as well. So, but at the same time, you need to have a robust API management layer to ensure that these APIs are not mismanaged or misused. Then we have open connectors, which is a capability specifically intended for non-SAP connectivity. It offers around 170 connectors, 170 plus connectors for non-SAP applications. And then we also have integration advisor and trading partner management, which is specifically for B2B scenarios. Integration advisor leverages artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to give you proposals. So it essentially speeds up your interface development activity so that you can, when you're dealing with B2B type systems, it's much more easier to generate these specification documents with integration advisor. And lastly, with integration assessment, what you get is a tool-based or a wizard-based approach to shape and execute your integration strategy. So it will give you concrete suggestions in terms of what are the services you need to use, what are the changes you need to make to your integration platform so that you modernize your landscape. Next, let's talk about the new design that we have for Integration Suite. So I will show you the slide as well, and I'll also switch over to the actual demo so that you can see a live demo of how the new user experience looked like. The approach or the intention of providing this new and enhanced user experience is to ensure that there is no media break or there's no switchover when you switch from one capability of Integration Suite to another. Because at the end of the day, when it is in Suite, you expect everything to be in one place, and that is what you get with this new design. There are a lot of things that are aggregated. So for example, under the Discover tab, you will not only find integrations and APIs and everything in the same place. Even in the Design tab, all the editing activities for or whatever, it's your workspace essentially, right? For cloud integration, for API management, all of these are consolidated. And the options that are available in this navigation pane will depend on the capabilities that you have activated. So for example, if you're only using the cloud integration capability, right, you will only see options that are specific to the cloud integration capability. So that is also dynamic. And at the end of the day, what you get is everything consolidated in one place, a holistic overview, as you can see on the screenshot here. So all your integrations, your APIs, the API errors, all of these things can be monitored in one single place. With this, let us switch over to the live demo. So I'm currently accessing the BTP cockpit. So from the cockpit application, from the BTP cockpit, I am navigating to my Integration Suite subscription. So this process has not changed. It is still the same. And once you log into Integration Suite, this is the new user experience. So as you can see here, everything is consolidated in one single page, the monitoring section. And earlier you would only see the launchpad where you can activate and navigate to the different capabilities, right? But right now, with the new design, what you get is the capabilities itself are available in the launchpad or the home screen, if you'd like to call it that. This is the section where you activate the different capabilities. So whether it's integration scenarios, APIs, trading partner management, everything is available here. And the manage capability style, if you're familiar with Integration Suite, this is what you click to either enable or disable the different capabilities. But not only that, you also get access to some material and resources like this overview video, what's new section, documentation, learning journey, and most importantly, the community as well, right? So if you have a question on Integration Suite that you would like to get it clarified, or you want to search for some blogs or something like that, community link is also directly available. So with this, I'll hand over to Sunny for a quick recap of all the innovations in cloud integration. Sunny, over to you.
Thank you, Gautam. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes, Sunny.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sharing my screen. So a very warm welcome from my side as well. This is a great opportunity for all of you to leverage this community call and ask any of your doubts specific to cloud integration. which is one of the capability in SAP Integration Suite. So with this, I'll quickly cover some of the recent innovations, what we have delivered. So the first in the list is we have simplified the consumption experience of adapters in SAP Integration Suite. And when I'm saying adapters, it's more the adapters which we have from our OEM partners in the API Business Hub side. So earlier, if you remember, you need to download from the download center, and then you need to import it, and then you need to deploy. So now you do not need to do all those things. I quickly show you how you can do now. So you have to go to API Business Hub. I have already opened it, and in this you have to explore and go into the adapters. As of now, we have published one adapter, that is Dropbox. Many more adapters are coming up in this space, like Slack, Splunk, RabbitMQ, and so on and so forth. And here you can just understand what this adapter is providing. There's some documentation, and if you like to consume it, now we have improved that consumption experience directly in the editor itself. So you have to just go to your iFlow integration flow, and if you like to consume, just like our standard adapters, you need to just drag and drop, and as and when you drag and drop, you will see the adapter. So for the first time, even if it's not there in your tenant, you will see the entry, and as and when you click, it will download and deploy in the background from API Business Hub. And once it is done, then you will see the property sheet. Just like any existing adapter or standard adapter, you can now do the configuration and then simply deploy it. So with this, it prevents you the media break and all other things, right? And this really simplifies the overall consumption experience. You can find more details in the blog post as well. Then we have also released a master data integration, that is MDI adapter, that is available only with the standard and premium edition. And with this, you can synchronize the master data from SAP and the other third-party applications. For SAP to SAP, the MDI service you can use. But if you want to synchronize the master data between SAP and the third-party applications, then this adapter in cloud integration will do the fulfill the or do the need, right? Whatever is required here. And the typical scenarios is it can be a pass-through scenario, or if you like to do a mapping between the third-party data format to the one domain model, ODM model on SAP side, you like to query the data from MDI. So all those operations and the use cases you can do via this MDI adapter. So this is also, you can simply use it. It's in your adapter list, as in when you drag and drop, you will see the adapter list, and within adapter list we have now MDI. So with this, you can specify the your MDI service details, the entity type, and how you like to process it. All these combinations and the configurations you can specify here. Then the another innovation which is in the list is a very important one. Now it allows you to have message mappings and the script as a reusable resources. So what do we mean by reusable resources is it can now be a first-class citizen, that you do not need to create each message mapping and script inside the integration flow. You can create outside as a reusable artifacts. You can combine multiple scripts, you can combine multiple message mappings and keep it in a central place, and then you can refer it across packages in your iFlows. So with this, it improves the maintenance, reusability, and at the same time, the memory usage also it reduces. And you can either create from scratch or upload or import from ESR as well from the message mapping side of the things. And for script collection, you can combine Groovy, JavaScript, jar collection, everything you can combine into a one script collection artifact as well. How you can do that? So here, earlier, how you used to create integration flow, now you can create a message mapping and a script collection. And here you can combine all the reusable artifacts, and that you can refer in your iFlows. Then the next important innovation in the line what we have released is the exactly one support. And this is mainly required for the asynchronous communication. You can also leverage for synchronous as well. And with this, what it do that it ensure the exactly once quality of service, that messages deliver exactly once and process at the receiver system also with exactly once quality of service. Yeah, so for this we have released two components. One is the message ID mapping, which is useful whenever the sender and receiver is requiring a different formats for the unique IDs. And then we have idempotent process call, using which you can decide that in case you receive a duplicate message based on the ID, how you like to process, whether you like to ignore it or you like to still process it. All right. And it helps in cases where your receiver system do not have a capability to prevent the duplicate checks or something like that. So on the middleware itself, you do the check and then prevent the call to the target system in case of duplication. So we have a dedicated integration flow design guideline as well for this and a blog post, and we really recommend you to go through it. We have also released a PGP keys monitor in the cloud integration capability. With this, you can manage the PGP keys here. It is mainly available for the tenant admin persona, and using this, you can upload, download, or delete secrets or public PGP key rings. You can see this in the monitoring section. Another important innovation which we have released is the delayed software update. This is only available with the SAP Integration Suite Standard and Premium Edition and free tier option. So with this, the tenant admin has a choice that he or she can choose to delay the software update by 1 week. And it is recommended that you turn on this option in your productive tenants so that your test tenant or dev tenants, they get the updates in the normal duration, right, at normal time, how it used to get, and then you get 1 week buffer in your productive tenants, and in the meantime you do the testing in your test tenants, and in case there's some problem, you can also then notify to the SAP team via support ticket. And this is mainly applicable for the monthly increments. So the security patches or patches, everything, it will happen on time. So this setting is only applicable for the monthly increments that happen every 4 weeks. So for more information, please read the documentation. And as I mentioned, this really helps you to maintain the business continuity in case you have a lot of critical interfaces. We are also spending good amount of energy in maintaining the design guidelines. So these design guidelines helps you to develop enterprise grade integration flows. So using that, you can understand what are the non-functional aspects you have to take care while designing the iFlows, how you can create a robust iFlow, right? Also, we have guidelines on implementing specific integration patterns such as aggregation pattern, splitter pattern, right? How you can develop exactly one scenarios. And we also have a community where 60 plus enterprise integration patterns have been implemented by the community people like you. Then this is the last slide from my side. Here we like to share that we also share the latest and greatest updates across all the capabilities of SAP Integration Suite. And also we do invite integration black belt experts here so that they can share their use cases and learnings with you. So you can enroll to this monthly update webinars, and there's a subscription link. And with that, every month you get the invite, you can participate, you can ask questions, and you can also keep yourself up to date with the latest and greatest features on SAP Integration Suite. With this, I think we are done from our side, Gautam and myself, to give you some brief introduction as well as some recent innovations. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put in the chat, and yeah, we would be more than happy to answer those questions.
Thank you, Sunny, and thank you, Gautam, for the presentation. We have one question on the chat, which is related to a SAP note, actually. It says, where we can stop the iFlow from running if it has been undeployed on the tenant, please suggest.
So I'm not sure if I understood the question very clearly. Is the question is that there's a long running integration flow and you like to interrupt that execution and you like to undeploy or stop that execution? Is the question?
So Tapas, you can chat if that is the question that you are asking.
Okay, I'm just checking.
So the note says undeployed artifacts iFlows appear in the message monitoring. It's about that note.
Okay, I understood. So I think if I understood correctly, it happens that if some integration interface particular message exchange is running, right? And in the meantime, if you undeploy the artifact, then you see this current execution shows an in processing and it keeps in that state, right? So sometimes people get confused what has happened, right? So you have disrupted the execution of that particular exchange, and that's why it goes into an indefinite in processing state. And if you like to undeploy that, it will still undeploy. But yeah, it can sometimes make your tenant into unstable state, but most likely it do not have any harm. The only thing is that you will see the status as in processing. So as of now, those things will get cleared after a month period. So we keep the MPL logs for 1 month time, and then automatically it will be deleted or cleared up. But yeah, there's no self-service or a user action on your side using which you can clean this up. Yeah, so that is not possible. So we usually recommend you do not trigger undeploy whenever any message exchange is running on that integration flow, and only undeploys when there's no exchange which is currently active. And in case it goes into in processing state, usually there's no harm and it will be cleared off using our regular cleanup jobs. I hope this answers your question. In case not, please write it further.
Yeah, I think Tapas, if you still feel like, then you can just write in the chat. So we have a next question where he's telling when creating a multiple scripts in one iFlow, there are just named script 1, script 2, script 3, and so on. Is there any way to rename those scripts? I think we can rename the scripts in the cloud integration.
No, I understood what he meant. I think it's on the generated resource, right? This is something which we are aware, and this is something we have a backlog item under the developer productivity. And as we have already released the script collection, and down the line, it would also be possible that you can rename these resources, right? Or the scripts names in the collection itself. So this helps you for the better maintenance. I understand that. So yeah, this is, we are aware, and it is in our roadmap.
So there are two questions related to, again, logging query. I have a question. I would like to know if it is possible to generate a log from an iFlow and send it directly to Kibana or connect it with some Elasticsearch. And Tapan again is asking where can we manage MPL logs? So I'm just combining these questions. Anybody can take the question and answer?
Okay, I can take the first one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we have, and currently if you see the roadmap, and Gautam, if in the meantime you get the roadmap link and share that, that would be great. So in the roadmap, if you see, we have a backlog item using which we will allow you to bring your own logging service, right? Maybe it could be Splunk or Elasticsearch. These services could evolve over a period of time. But as of now, the idea is that we will first allow with maybe the Splunk, and there's a certain configuration you have to do as a tenant admin, and it will also write the MPL logs directly to the external logging services. So that is something is in roadmap, and I think it is planned for the Q1 2023. So with that, you can bring your logging service, and we directly also send these MPL logs to that service without you writing any explicit writing the code. Yeah, so this is something which we are planning, and it's in the roadmap.
Thank you. So the next part, Gautam wants to take it.
Yes, I'm just looking up the roadmap link, and I'll share it in
Sure.
the chat window directly, so that you can.
Sure. Thank you. So I think we have a question on. So we have a specific to some particular scenario. Actually, I think it will be like a query on a scenario which to validate a PO number and material number from BID to ECC in SAP, and if IDs are same, proceed with next scenario. So this will be configuration related issues, I guess, and I'm not sure.
Do you like to read it out? Let's see what is there.
Yeah. So he says, I have query on scenario on which I am working. I have to validate PO number and material number from BID, BYD and ECC in a SAP, and if the IDs are same, proceed to next screen.
Next screen.
That's what the next scenario, sorry.
So I think that you can do. I'm not sure the overall, is there any APIs which you are fetching? So if that is a question specific to cloud integration, so what I'll do, if there is an API on the BYD and ECC, and if you're getting the payload, then I simply fetch the payload again, and I'll do a router based condition. If so, I get the payload from BYD, I put that into a property. I get also the payload from the ECC, right? I'll keep that into a property. I simply do a router condition check, and based on that router condition, I can decide what would be my next process on the integration flow, or what would be my next step in the integration flow. So I think this is absolutely doable. And in case the out of the box flow steps are not helping you much, then you can also go with the script route. But yeah, we only recommend to go with the scripting in case the standard out of the box 40 plus flow steps what we have is not helping you. Then in case you can check the Groovy scripting or Java scripting.
So hope that answers the query. So if there are any more queries, actually we are at the end of the time, but if you have any queries, we have 2 minutes. So please post your queries.
And in case your question is not answered because of the limited context what we have, please feel free to elaborate and explain further. We can take that.
Yeah. So I think we are at the end of the time. So you can feel free to post your questions here also, even after this is over. We will try to answer some questions later, but and don't forget to come to community also. There you'll get the answers.
Yes, absolutely. So we need all people like you, to actively contribute to the community to help each other. And in case you have some doubts, also please raise your questions there. Also keep giving answers and keep this community active and prominent as well. So we are really seeking your support, for maintaining this community overall.
So,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for attending the call today. You can add further questions in the comments section of this recording, and also in the community. I've shared the links in the chat. So thank you everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.